Hello guys, welcome back. And today in this video, we will discuss about predicate. In last video, if we recall, we have invoked a lambda expression by creating our own functional interface. And in the same video, I have discussed about that there are so many functional interface which is provided by Java for our use based on our scenario. And we will discuss from today onwards we will discuss those functional interface provided by the java.util.function package, and we can see in which scenario we have to use what functional interface. Today we will discuss predicate. So first of all, what is predicate? So again, predicate is, if I just show the source code of this, so this is the predicate. So predicate is a functional interface. Now we can see here this is a functional interface and it is introduced in Java 1.8 and it is in java.util.function package. Now this predicate has one abstract method which is called test. Now if you remember in last video when we have created our own functional interface, there we have given one abstract method which we exactly use that method to invoke our lambda expression. So here in this case we have uh, test method. So whenever you declare this predicate, and you have to assign that lambda expression over that predicate, and then we can call this test method, and then our lambda expression will get executed. So in which scenario you will use predicate? So the scenario is, you have first condition should be that it should take only one input parameter. Second thing, if you have writing some lambda expression and it always return boolean values, then in this scenario you can happily use predicate. And then let's see some other properties of this predicate. So it has few default method, and as I said, if you remember that a functional interface can have only one abstract method but can have many default and static method. So here first default method is and, then we have negate, and then we have or. This and or is being used for predicate chaining. Okay, we'll come to that later. And then we have static method which is equal and not. So you can go through this documentation also in java doc. And one more thing, that sorry, here this not one is being introduced in java 11. So if you are working for only for java 8, so you won't get in this package because my jdk is updated version, so it shows this also. So this part is introduced in java 11. Now let's concentrate on this test first, then we can see this predicate chaining and all. So now the use case which I have taken is very simple. We have to check whether a given number is even or odd using lambda expression. How can we find? Obviously without lambda expression also we can find it. It's not a big deal, but as we are learning lambda expression, and here we will see how predicate works. So we have defined a predicate. Let me give here check. Sorry, even or odd. And now let's write our lambda expression. So what will be the lambda expression for this? Before that, let me just move t, and we have to give type of parameter. So we are checking a number. So let's take the example of integer. Now how our lambda expression would be. So let's say I would be our input parameter of type integer. Now we have to check whether this I is even or not. So for that, what will be the logic? Just we have to use modulus 2 equal to 0. So what it means? So that's it. We have written the logic. So exactly how it will work. It will take one integer. It will check this condition, and we know that return is optional statement in lambda expression. So here it will return true or false because this is a boolean condition. Now as we have this criteria, as we are taking only one input parameter and it is returning either true or false, so we can use predicate happily over here. So now we have to use this variable to check it. So we have to give test, and then you can give the uh, what integer you want to test. Let's say I am taking 12. Okay, and then we can print it out. So let me do one thing here. Volume value. Okay, now if this value is true, if value, then you can just print here event else odd. Okay, so let me run this, and we can see it is even. Obviously 12 is even. So let me give some value like 19. Now 19 will be false, and then it will be odd. Yeah, so this is how you can use predicate in your scenario. So what is predicate? Predicate is a functional interface, and it is based on boolean valued function. So if your scenario is something like that, it is taking one input parameter, and this parameter can be of any type, either primitive type or any object type. And if your expression, if your logic returns some boolean values, then in that scenario you can use predicate and you can invoke your lambda expression very confidently. Yeah, so this is all about predicate, and in next video we'll see about other functional interface. So like functional function, consumer, supplier, then we will move to by function, uh, by consumer, and by predicate, and then obviously for supplier that is no by, because supplier is not taking any input parameter. And there are a couple of more functional interface for primitive type, so we'll come onto that as well, and we'll see one by one. Yeah, so hope it helps. Thank you. Bye bye.